Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about like 3 things that are great for after you get back from a fishing tournament, after you get back from, let's just even say, a fun paddle out on the water. So the first tip, the thing that we're gonna get right into, is taking care of our equipment and taking care of our waters. That's right, we're gonna be cleaning our kayak, we're gonna be cleaning our equipment and stopping those things called aquatic hitchhikers from destroying the stuff that we love the most, and that's our bodies of water wherever we live. A couple things, couple tips when you go to clean your watercraft, whatever you have. Number one, it's just not the vessel. It's just not what we typically think of, and that is, you know, the area of this that touches the water, right? This scum that builds up here, that gets on there. You also have to remember that you have a lot of equipment that goes through the water. For me, I'm going to be cleaning my pedal drive for my Hobie, any sort of anchors, your paddles, catch boards, so anglers, right? Give these a good washing. Not only do you got that fish scum and stuff that gets on there, but again, aquatic hitchhikers, our goal is to stop that, so anything that touches. And one that we typically don't think of a lot is if you use a trailer. Like I have a trailer here, I back this down into the boat ramp. That needs a really good washing. The axles, the wheels, the lights. Now it's recommended to use hot water, high pressure, when you're cleaning, especially the trailer. I'm going to be using Dawn, just Dawn soap, as it's good for, you know, especially if I'm putting this back in the water, I'm not transferring any chemicals at that point. Dawn is pretty safe in those standards, so I'll be using that, and I'll be using hot water with it. When you use the brush, make sure you use something that's stiff enough. You know, I'm just going to show you a couple areas on kayaks, especially, you know, you get these scuff marks in here. I don't know if that's going to come up on the video, but you get those scuff marks. You want to get something that has some bristles to get in there and get those aquatic hitchhikers out of there. Why do we do this? Well, as I said before, we love our waters, we love our bodies of water, so we want to make sure that we're taking care of it, number one. Number two, when we talk about taking care of our water, hi Maddie, how are you? She's going to be helping me today. Maddie's making an appearance in the video. She's going to be helping me clean the boat real good. But they create bad algae blooms, those microorganisms that get in there. That's exactly what they're doing. They're jumping from one lake to another. So it makes our natural wildlife and resources and the people that take care of our waters, it makes their job that much harder when we are kind of, you know, contributing to the problem. So let's do better at it. Me, Maddie, I want her to be able to enjoy our water one day, just like I got to. So, and our fish and our wildlife that live in those bodies of water. So, let's do it. So, tip number one, that's it. Let's get cleaning this thing, and then we'll get to tip number two. So this area is, you can get a good cleaning, especially on these Hobies. A lot of that lake gunk gets up in here, into those areas. Get it, Maddie. Go ahead, turn that around, get it up in there. A little tip that I like to show you, take your paddles. See how I braced it with my paddle on that side, and I braced the paddle on this side. Yeah, I could take these handles off right here, but this way you can do that. It's real simple, it's real easy. I'll clean one side, and then I'll flip it the other way, and I'll clean the other side. Get at it. Okay guys, so now that we got the kayak, the bottom of it cleaned real good, taken care of, checked it out, the next step is the trailer. And one of the things that I want to bring attention to, anybody that uses these Hobie crates, they're really nice. I like them. I know a lot of guys use just the rails. One thing about these that I do have a complaint about is you got to be careful as far as keeping debris and stuff out of these soft pads. But if you get like stones or whatever in here and you're sliding this thing up at the ramp, you're going to be scratching up your kayak. So I'm going to clean these up real good. I'm going to clean up the axles and the wheels of the tire or the trailer real good, and get this thing back up and ready to go. Okay, so now that we got the trailer clean, we got the kayak clean, one last thing that I like to do, your drain plugs, take them and just give them a good drain. And then when I'm done, and as things are drying out, what I also like to do is, and you can do this with any kayak, is you know, let it air out. Open up your hatches, come through here, open up the middle. Look, you'll see all my soft plastics and whatnot that I got in there, tons of crap. But I'll go through and I'll take this out, just let all this air out and get dried out real good, get that moisture out. Okay, so we got the trailer cleaned up, we got the boat cleaned up. Inside feel much better after doing that, and know I'm kind of doing a part there. Second thing, as I said, there was gonna be 3 things we were gonna be talking about as far as post-tournament maintenance stuff that you can be taking care of, or whether you're just out there for a fun pedal. The second one is right here, your safety equipment. Great opportunity. We get so caught up as anglers in our gear, our fishing rods, that, you know, some things just kind of sometimes fall to the wayside for some of us. So if you're like me, I really like these inflatables. I know some people don't. You know, get those out to dry. Yeah, a lot of people use the Chinooks as well. Get those out. Don't stuff those away. If you have one of these, just check your service right there. I don't know if you can see that. Just make sure it's green. Other thing to check, and just make sure while we're on this topic, I don't know if anybody has one of these. Maybe I'm just overboard, but this is a little emergency kit, and I'll go through kind of what I have in my emergency kit here. It's a whistle, flashlight, batteries. This is an emergency blanket, Band-Aids, Swiss Army pocket knife, matches, tape, and this is the Hobie container. So this is like the Hobie emergency kit, right? And I always just keep this in my front hatch. You never know. Another thing that I am going to recommend, and I'm going to talk about that I have, if you don't have one of these on board, highly recommend getting a pair of these. These will just cut, you know, the barb and cut that hook off, so that if you are in a situation where you do get hooked for some odd reason, you can hook that and slide that right out. And I always carry these on board. So just some safety things that you might want to think about while you're in this process. All right, so let's get on to number 3. Okay guys, so here it is. This is the third part, and I highly recommend this. This has been so useful. This is a fishing log. Inside is a lot of information that I have kept track. Well, let me go to a blank page here and show you kind of what this one particularly has. So you got obviously your date, the water fish that you're going to be that you did fish, clarity, water temp, weather, air temp, wind, pre or post or pre frontal conditions, parametric pressure, moon phase, aquatic vegetation, bait fish, pre-spawn or post, just some notes, waypoints you can put in, and then your fish that you caught, right? And what I like to do on mine is, let me see if I have a map. So what is this? This is Sandy Cooper. This is Mogador. What I like to do is I like to draw these little maps for myself. This is West Harbor, and these aren't very accurate maps, but they help me, and that's Burr Oak. But I like to kind of add little maps as far as what and where I caught fish, and then I like to go back to it. And I also like to note just some things that I learned from those tournaments. So just a little note as far as what I learned, and I also try to pay attention to what people did successfully. All right guys, so that's that. We got Ethan here, my manager of our YouTube account. Say, hey Ethan, how we doing? How's the account doing?
60 subscribers. I want to get to 75 at the end of summer.
You heard it, 75. We've got some big shoes to fill here. So when I was just talking about the fishing vlog, one thing that I really think is awesome is when you have tournaments, go to the after events, okay, the meetups afterwards. You always get a chance to talk with people and what they fished with, how they caught them, whether you had a good day or a bad day. If you had a bad day, make note of what you did and then compare that to talk to some people that finished in the top 10. Find out what they did and see where or what area you missed fishing. Make note of that. Make notes. I can't tell you how many times I've pulled this out. I think every tournament I pull out and I look at it. Pay attention to other things. As a kayak angler, I pay attention to the boating tournaments. I pay attention to, I had a note in here, the last tournament we just did at Mosquito Creek. Last year, I tried to pay attention to how the boaters did and what they won on and where they won them at. So put those notes in. Take all that information, as much information as you can get when it comes to fishing, the better, right? Ethan, anything that you want to give to our subscribers and our viewers?
Not until I get to 75 subscribers.
You're holding a 75 subscriber at ransom. I like it. I like it. All right, guys, we will talk with you later. Hopefully those 3 post-fishing points can help you become a better angler, a better boater, a better anything. Just hopefully you learned something. That's all we're after. Peace. And don't forget to
subscribe
and
like
and
hit the bell.
All right, later guys. Bye.